Okay. Hey, you guys. Yep, it's me, back with the Vue yet again. Since we dealt with the timing belt issue, I have now been chasing this code. They're not related, but I had this code back when I first got the car, and it went away with a gas cap, and now it's back. And so I did the cleaning and the wiping of the gas cap, and yes, it's an OEM gas cap from General Motors. So today, I guess we are going to, oh, we got a different one today as well. Delightful. Well, that's the first time for the 420 code. So now I'm getting two different ones. All right, so the freeze frame data. Sorry, I was just not expecting to see a third code. Okay. I wish I understood these better. I'm wondering if this has something to do with it dumping more fuel because of the other code. I do not want to be playing games with a catalyst code as well. Anyway, I just wanted to go through that to see if it had set a code since I cleared it this last time. You know, that's usually what we do, is at least run it, clear it in case it was an odd occurrence. And like I cleaned the gas cap, so once I went in here and cleaned the gas cap and made sure it was down tight, then I reset the codes again to see if it came back, just so that I wasn't chasing something unnecessary. So I guess today, since the only sensor that I have is the one that I bought the last time I was going through this, it's the one that's down in the EVAP canister. They did not have any in stock except this one that you have to change the wires on. So that's the one we got that we're going to change today and see if it makes a difference. The others are inbound because I decided, once I did a bunch of research, this may or may not have been the one, but it's the one of the two easy ones to change. So that's what I'm going to start with. And I know you shouldn't throw the parts cannon at it, but I cannot get in with my mechanic to get him to look at this. And I've got 10 days before my birthday to have this car running right for the emissions to get my registration. I have been calling him for over a month to get it in here. You know, since I got it back and it set the code, I told him, I said, hey, we got the EVAP code, we got to fix it again. And, you know, hoping he could get my Civic done so that I could trade him cars. And yeah, no, nothing. So at this point, I have got to start doing something, and all I can do myself is throw the parts cannon at it right now. So that's where we're going to start, and at least I'll know the sensors are new. Hopefully it's not the dreaded pressure sensor that's up in the gas tank. Anyway, let me get set up to do this. All right, you guys, when we get under the car, this is actually what we're looking for. This is what it's going to look like from the underside. That's what we're going to see. And we actually have to drop the canister down. And when we do, this is what's exposed. And this is the part we're going after here. We're going to be replacing the vapor canister EVAP Canister Solenoid Vent Valve. There's a vent valve, a purge valve, and a pressure sensor, all part of the EVAP system, and they all throw different codes, and they all act different. And unless you have a diagnostic scanner that can tell you what the pressure is doing when and where, you're not going to get the answers as a layman very easily. I'm just going to, sadly, use the parts cannon for now. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, it gets me past emissions. So I got all this stuff from Rock Auto, so it's not like I invested a ton of money in their sensors, so I'm not worried about the fact that I got them from Rock Auto. But I'm not paying, you know, $100 and something for this thing that I can get for $50 from Rock Auto that's basically the same part. But suffice it to say, there were none in Georgia, so I had no choice anyway but to order it from online. So all right, while I'm under there, I'll take a look-see at the vent canister and see how it looks. Now, this one has the conversion harness. Fortunately, it's already got both ends, so I'm not going to have to do any fancy wiring, nor no cutting, no splicing, nothing like that. So that's another good thing about using this sensor. And worst case, I have this conversion harness now if I end up having to replace this one from a parts store and it doesn't come with this. I already have it, so that was kind of the point. Anyway, on to the underside of the car. It's already up in the air to save time. You don't need to watch me jacking it up. I've got my light on my head. I'm gonna try and use the creeper. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I've got us up safely on jack stands. Of course, I've got the jack back here as well. But what we're after is right up here. And yeah, you can't get to it. You see it's way tucked up there. You can't get to it with the canister in place. So we've got our 10 millimeters, I believe. We've got one right up in here. There's not one there. There's one here at the front. And nothing there. So those must just dangle. Yes, they dangle. So, but our prize is up top. I tried to put the lights up there so it'd be a little bit easier to see. Okay, so this is the one that's on the passenger most side. We've got our deep 10. You see it fits. You're going to need a deep. And let's get her going the right way. Well, it's in there tighter than I anticipated. Ugh. So let me undo that guy. You don't need to watch all that. Ugh. And it should go without saying, whenever you're under a car, wear your safety glasses because, you know, stuff, dirt in your eyeballs. No fun. There he goes. That's a mucho better. Mucho better. Okay. Wow. That's how we do things the express route. Okay. Why are we still hanging up? May have to unhook something somewhere. Pause momentarily. One more. This is why we don't yank and grab and snatch and do things all rough and brutal like. Because there always might be a hidden fastener. And that was exactly what it was. Zoom y'all out. It's right up top there. I'll get y'all on a vantage point and check back in. Okay, and those of y'all who are in the Rust Belt would probably want to use PV Blaster on those bolts before you attempt what I did. Again, what did I say about safety glasses? I don't want to introduce anything into there when I go to change it. Okay. So we got our little clippy here. Okay. Let's see, make sure our wires look okay. Well, of course they've got loom on them, but I don't see any frays or anything that looks black or Oops, y'all are off camera. I don't see any frays or anything that looks amiss. No chafing. The loom is in good condition. All right. So, since we already know we're going to have to swap this bad boy over. So here's our new connector. So I've already plugged him in, and it's got this little clip here. I'm assuming to clip onto something. It's probably for multiple applications, but you know, I know it rotates. I just don't want to break it. See, our new one has these O-rings to seal everything off. And I wonder if it's a push. You have to push it down to disengage this. And it's got that little nook right there, which I see there. And there is like a little trough, if you want to call it that, up in here that it rides in. So you actually do push it. I just had to get to a little bit better angle. So it goes, that's your passenger side over there. You are turning it counterclockwise. I don't want to introduce any dust and whatnot in there, because I can hear it kind of crunchy. Okay, I got this little guy. Like I say, it's rotated full. Got it about right there, and use this to kind of gently, and they're not trying to break anything, but real gentle. Yep. Ooh, see all that dust? Oh. And there it is. See, there's a single catch on this one. Comparing it to our new one, it's definitely a little bit different design. I mean, this looks similar dimensionally. Definitely not the same unit. Sorry, I'm just looking for something to explain the failure. I don't feel anything crazy down in there. And I'm kind of looking at the vapor canister itself. I don't smell a bunch of gas, even when I was kind of blowing in this hole. I don't smell anything overwhelming that would make me think it was saturated with gasoline. I do not make a habit of overfilling. You shouldn't do that, by the way. You should not overfill. Okay, pushing it past that seal that we saw, that little black thing, that ridge. I pushed it past using my palm while it was in this position where there's a little arrow that's right here. So I kind of lined that up, assuming maybe that was the point. So you can push it when in this position where this is facing a little bit towards the driver's side rear tire when you're in the car. And then I took it over, and you see it was much lower and it clicked into place. So we're going to call that good, because you see it doesn't want to come out. It's locked in there good now. All right, and our little latch, click. Okay, let me see if I can find a place to secure this wire. You know what, I'm going to do that, because that should go up to the body of the car and hold us in position without being too tight. Let's see, we're going after our rearmost guy here. To put it back up like so. I can't talk today. Fastener. Just use the word fastener if you can't keep it straight in your brain. I'm going towards the frontmost one. Yeah, you can see my hand. For me, the controls on the phone are in the way. Not that one. It's further up. Woohoo! Umbrella wheel in your way. I gotta do that one by feel. There we go. Couldn't see. Had to feel. Wing, hole, stud, nut. Okay. First I want to make sure everybody is actually lined up with the threads. So I ran it on with my fingers. I just want to make sure we're not binding. Okay. I'm going to do it to the far one. I don't know if y'all can see, because that one was a little hard with my fingers to get on there because of the angle. And I'm probably in your way with my arm. Okay, I'm satisfied that none of those are stripped. I know it seems dumb because it's just this little fastener underneath, but I don't like to go running all willy-nilly with electric unless I know that I'm properly started. Yeah. Okay. I did not go hog wild with that. I'll come back with the other one and test my torquage. Golly geez. Words. I just wait for it to kick a little as I'm running it on. Oh boy, I'm probably all up in y'all's way. Okay. I need a better vantage point for that guy. Before I do something stupid. This plastic was pushing against it. Don't make that mistake. And the nut was not wanting to go on proper. So I'm gonna run this guy by hand. There we go. So using the electric is great when you can get into a good position. Otherwise, if you're doing it blind and that nut slips, plastic slipped and put it at a bad angle. So there we go. All right, so the last one went in manually and we're good. We're in good shape. Let's kind of take a look at our lines while we're up under here. All right, but you're going to want to kind of look at these lines and make sure you don't see anything that looks like a crack. Now, granted, without doing a smoke test, you're not really going to know, but you can kind of look for any, and this is all me putting my hands on it. You see how it gets clean, but you can look for anything that looks like a crack or, you know, any plastic that, you know, you're going to look for something that almost looks like a scratch. It would be a crack. But if it's uniformly dusty and you haven't put your paws all over it like I am right now, like one video I saw, this piece here was cracked. So I'm kind of feeling around it to see. It catches my finger, that makes me think anything is snapped or broken. Of course, all this goes up to your gas tank, and I'm fighting the light fixture again on the back of my head. Oh, I have to rotate that somehow to sit someplace else. Anyway, so like I said, I'm just trying to look for anything crazy down here. Nothing looks like a smoking gun. You can see how clean the underside of my Vue is since we did that wash. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, guys, that says anything crazy. But, Yep, that's your big charcoal canister. And in some cases that may have gotten full of fuel and would need to be changed. But again, I didn't smell anything. I'm the second owner, so I don't know what the previous owner did. I never overfill, because I've heard horror stories about that, so I just don't. Anyhow, so he's changed out. There you go. Now you can read it. Long day. 25/32/1964. So that's our OEM one. I assume it's OEM. And again, that's one of 3 sensors on the system. We've also have the purge vent, and the purge vent is up in the engine on the front of the intake. So what I changed was the EVAP canister solenoid vent valve. Now right there, you see the rubber hose here, going here to a sensor. That sensor right there is your EVAP purge valve. So you got your vent valve and your purge valve. That guy is coming in the mail. He's not here yet. I actually got 2 of them because there's such mixed reviews on how well they hold up. And then we've also got our pressure sensor, which is where you got to drop the gas tank. So yeah, that's our list of things. So I started with the easiest first. Well, one of the easiest first. So anyway, that is how you change your EVAP canister solenoid vent valve. So there you have it if you need to change one of those. All right, we're going to end with this. I'm going to go ahead and clear the code. Then I have to drive it again, go through and see if it returns or not. I'm between 3/4 and 1/4. Erase codes. Yes. Okay. Done. Don't know why it made that noise when I did that. Exit. Yep. Okay. Oh, so that's that. Now I'll just have to do another drive cycle and see how we do.